Hey guys, so today we're taking a look at two different wireless Bluetooth speaker systems for the desktop. So one is the Creative Pebble Pro. So this is by a Singapore company, Creative Labs. And I've always been a fan of Creative Labs because they make, in my opinion, some of the best value audio systems on the market and audio products. So they're probably most well known for the Sound Blaster, which is a line of sound cards for the computer, but they make all sorts of stuff. They make keyboards, they make mice, they make webcams, speakers, headphones, a lot of different things. And for me, they've always provided a lot of good value for the money. They always put so many features into their products, and they usually sound quite good for their price. And they're usually quite affordable too. So the Pebble Pro is part of their Pebble lineup of desktop speakers. They have a very unique design. I mean, it looks like a pebble. So it looks really nice. And these ones have RGB lighting, I guess, for gamers. And a lot of features as well. So it's Bluetooth 5.3, which is the latest. Can hook up to your computer with USB, 3.5 millimeter analog as well. 20 watts of power on these speakers. They're angled at 45 degrees, I guess, to give you a better sweet spot. So yeah, very versatile speakers, as you would expect from Creative. They usually put a lot of features into their stuff. And this is just $60 US, so not too expensive. And I've always loved that about Creative products, is that they always giving you good bang for the buck. So the other one I want to talk about is this company I don't know as much about. I just heard about them recently because I actually saw them on drop.com, is Mitchell Acoustics. And this is their uStream Go. These are wireless Bluetooth speakers, but a little bit different than what you might think of when you think of stereo Bluetooth speakers. Like the Pebble Pro is what you normally would see in a desktop Bluetooth speaker system. It's like they're connected by wires. You can stream to them with Bluetooth, but they still got to be connected to each other. The left and right speakers have to be connected by a wire. Not so with the Mitchell Acoustics. It seems like these are completely wireless. Like the speakers don't even connect to each other with a wire. So that's pretty interesting. And this is a fairly new company. It's a British company. They've been around, I think, since 2018 or something. So they're pretty recent, pretty new. This is the founder. He's got a picture of himself here, Paul Mitchell. And he says, "I think we may have designed one of the best sounding portable music systems you'll ever hear. Listen in glorious stereo like headphones for your room." Yeah, it's my terrible British accent. But anyways, that's what that guy says, Paul Mitchell. Yeah, look, it says, let's see if there's any specs on these guys. 30 watts. Okay, this is 30 watts, so that's more than the 20 watts of the Pebble. These are also much more expensive too. So these retail for $400 US brand new, compared to the $60 for the Pebble Pro. I got this a bit cheaper than that because it's a second hand, but still, that's quite a bit of money for Bluetooth speakers like this. So yeah, we'll see how well they sound and compare to each other. So let's do the unboxing. For this, here. Okay, so let's unbox the Pebble Pro first. Okay. Let's see, Creative usually gives you a lot of stuff too. So this is what you get. Okay, you get a bunch of USB cables. So you get USB A to USB C, and you get a 3.5 millimeter cable here. So yeah, 3.5 to 3.5, and USB A to USB C. And then take a look at the manual itself. This is the manual, quick start guide, I guess. So minimalist 2.0 USB speakers with Bluetooth 5.3 and customizable RGB lighting is what it says. So the drivers are 2.25 inch full range drivers with built-in passive radiators. So that's their design. And it supports, doesn't support aptX, it looks like, unfortunately. It does support A2DP, but doesn't support any kind of aptX or LDAC. So anyways, you guys take a look here, and then tells you a bit about the dimensions of the speaker here. So anyways, it's pretty much what you expect, and it'll show you like how to power it on, and then do the RGB stuff. So I'm gonna do that in a bit. And here we are, the Pebble Pros. comes with a limited warranty. Okay, so yeah, this is what they look like. They're made of plastic, as you would expect for this price point. So yeah, they have 2.25-inch full range drivers, which means they have one driver reproducing the highs, mids, and lows that handles everything. And this one, so one of them is kind of the master, I think. So this one, I think you press the button here to power it on. There's also the volume dial. You can use the dial. You press it in for the power, and you can also, of course, rotate it for the volume. The Bluetooth pairing button and the, what's this? Light, the RGB lighting. I think this is a light button to turn on and off the RGB lights. And at the back you have passive radiators to help with the bass. So it's yeah, I guess when you have a small design like this, right, then the passive radiators do help with producing more bass. Normally you cannot get big bass out of small drivers like that. So I guess that helps. And this is the wire that connects them, so you still got to have wires that connect them to each other, right? And that's important because the Mitchell Acoustics uStream Go apparently doesn't have that. So let's take a look at the uStream Go. Okay, so it comes with a pretty hefty manual actually. This is like a small booklet. I wonder what it has. This is like a small booklet here. Okay, of course it's not all going to be like, yeah, it's because it's like in different languages. That's part of the thing, part of why it's so thick. Then a little thank you from Paul Mitchell, the founder. Adds a little personal touch to it. Okay. He says, it means a lot to me as I have worked hard and had many sleepless nights designing and developing it. I truly hope that exceeds your expectations. Okay, I wonder how many sleepless nights he had designing this thing. Okay, so it tells you, of course, what's in the box, and then the speakers design. There's a bass reflex driver at the bottom, looks like. It also tells you a bit about how they work. Okay, each speaker contains a built-in battery. Let's see, Bluetooth connection, connecting other devices. Okay, this is the specs of the speaker. So let's see. Oh, here you guys can see closer here. This is the specs of the speaker. Yeah, so 30 watts RMS from the speaker compared to 20 watts for these. Also has an analog input. The Bluetooth is only 5.0, so these ones are 5.3. So this one has a lower version of Bluetooth. And doesn't support aptX, just A2DP. Same as the Creative, I guess. Neither of them support aptX. These are definitely heavier speakers. I think they're actually made of like metal, aluminum. Anyways, it's not plastic. These ones are plastic, so the Mitchells are not plastic. So anyways, let's take a look. Okay, these are, yeah, they're fairly hefty. It's like they weigh about 1.6 pounds each, I think. So they're hefty speakers, and comes with yep, this comes with one USB-A to USB-C cable, and I guess these have to be recharged. Yeah, these are recharged with USB-C. Yeah, because both of them have a built-in battery. So yeah, yeah, these are definitely heftier speakers. So they're not made of plastic like the Pebbles are. These are like aluminum or some kind of metal alloy or something. So yes, it's designed in England, precision manufactured in China. They have exactly the same controls at the back here. So let's go over the controls. So you have an analog in. So this is the only other input it has other than Bluetooth. So it has Bluetooth and it has analog input, 3.5 millimeter jack, I mean. Power button here, volume up and down, and play pause. And this is the USB-C charging. So it's the same for both. And I think what you notice about these speakers is that they do not have any wires, right? Like the Pebble Pros have this wire that connects them. These speakers do not have any kind of wires in between. They use some kind of wireless technology to pair them. And Mitchell says that these are the only true wireless stereo hi-fi speaker set. I don't know of anyone else that makes kind of these speakers like this, where it doesn't have any wires that connect them. So I mean, of course you have so many different kinds of stereo speakers, but how many are completely wireless? They don't have any wires that connect between them. So this is some kind of technology that Mitchell has, and they advertise it a lot. And they have these metal speaker grills. And also they have passive bass radiators at the bottom, just like how Creative has them at the back here. So again, this is a good design for helping reproduce more bass out of a small driver design. So I'm glad that they both have passive bass radiators, should help. So yeah, I'm going to power them both on, and then we're going to test them and see which one sounds better. Because, you know, that's going to be one of the most important things about buying speakers, right? You got to know how it sounds. So stay tuned, guys. A couple other things about the Pebble Pros that I missed is that on the side here of this master speaker, you have one headphone jack right here, one microphone jack. So these are both 3.5 millimeter jacks right here. It's kind of small, hard to see, but it definitely has a headphone and a microphone jack, which is interesting, right? I don't think I know any speakers that have a microphone jack. And having a headphone jack, I guess, is pretty nice too, in case you want to do some private listening. Then on the back here, you have an aux in, 3.5 millimeter in, and then you have USB-C and USB-C PD, which is power delivery. So what's interesting is I think one of these USB-C is going to be used to connect to your computer, and the other USB-C I think can be used to charge a phone or something. That's why it's called USB-C power delivery. So definitely you have some pretty cool features on this thing. Even though it's like so cheap and small, it definitely has a lot of features. So props to Creative. They always give you a lot of bang for the buck. So yeah, I'm going to hook it up to my computer, and then we'll test out these Creative Pebble Pros first. Alright, so now I have the Pebble Pros hooked up to my MacBook, and yeah, I'm going to show you guys, first of all, the light here. I can choose to turn on the light, which automatically cycles between, this is the RGB lighting, it'll automatically cycle when you turn it on both speakers. So it'll just kind of cycle between, yeah, green, blue, red, you know, orange, all these different colors. So I can choose to have that on or not. Yeah, I can just choose the brightness actually of how bright it will go, or just, I think these are actually different patterns. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, I think this is just cycling through some different RGB lighting patterns, I guess. So first one is this, kind of like changes color, you know, subtly over time. And this is the other pattern, I guess. Yeah, it kind of just like stays lit and kind of just like pulses like that, I guess. This is another pattern. Yeah, this pattern seems to be just solid. And then, yeah, we'll turn it off. So a few different options you have there. But yeah, let's play some music through it. And these speakers can get pretty loud, as I expected, because with Creative stuff, you can never judge by just the, you know, the price, which is already pretty affordable, or the size of the drivers. It can get pretty loud. As I experienced with the Sound Blaster Roar 2 and the Sound Blaster X Katana, which I had before, like, they can get pretty loud for their size. So yeah, so I'm going to play a test track here, and you guys can hear, this is how loud they can get. Very impressive. That's like a little bit too much, I think. second test track. Yeah, so anyways, it's a bit of a demo of these speakers, but I have to say they're really impressive. They sound very loud for their size. You would not expect that kind of volume to be coming from speakers this small. Plus the fact that, yeah, it's Bluetooth as well, so you can, connect it wirelessly, or you can connect it to your computer with a wire like me. Or yeah, you can just even listen to your headphones. You can plug in a microphone. You have RGB lighting, so a lot of great features from Creative. The amount of bass that you get from these is very impressive given the size. I mean, I showed you guys how loud it can go, right? Like, this is how loud it can go. It's pretty impressive. Just the amount of like bass that you can get out of this. See how deep that is. Yeah, so that's pretty impressive. All in all, I mean, like I'm very impressed with the Creative Pebble Pros. Yeah, these are only $60 US or $80 Canadian. That's really impressive. It's very affordable. Sure, they don't have the best build quality because they're plastic, but it's $60 US. So very, very affordable, and they give some great sound, great price to performance ratio, as Creative products always do. So yeah, very, very good speakers. So I wonder how the Mitchell uStream Go is going to compare, because that one costs many times more. That's $400, and this is only $60, and these already sound really, really good, especially for their cost. So yeah, anyways, that's the Creative Pebble Pros. I'm always very impressed with the performance, the price to performance ratio of all of Creative's products. So anyways, let's stay tuned. I'm going to check out the Mitchell uStream Go. I just have them charging right now. So stay tuned, and I'll definitely check those out next. Alright, so here are the Mitchell Acoustics uStream Go now. We're going to test these out. By the way, it comes with a pretty interesting cable. So it's not just USB-A to USB-C, but it's a USB-A to 2 USB-C. Yeah, see, look, it's a double USB-C connector. Pretty interesting. You usually don't see that. And I think the reason is because, of course, you have to charge both of them. So they both have to be charged with USB-C because they both have a battery inside. So I think that's why they give you, yeah, a dual USB-C connector, which is pretty cool. But yeah, let's turn these bad boys on. Okay, hold it.
Power on.
Okay, and
it's Bluetooth.
Okay. So once you power it on, let's see.
Power off.
Okay, interesting. Okay. I think that's actually Paul Mitchell's voice, which actually is in the speaker, and he's talking. He's like, power on, power off. I think that's actually Paul Mitchell himself doing that. So that's pretty interesting. So yeah, just hold the power button to do that, and it'll automatically pair once it's on.
Power on. Speaker 2 connected. Connected.
Okay. So yeah, that's Paul Mitchell's voice saying it's connected. And yeah, once you turn it on, the speakers will just connect to each other, and then you just find it in your Bluetooth settings, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's check out how do they sound. I'm going to use my test song once again. Okay, here we go. See how loud they get. I'm going to turn it up to full volume. yeah. Overall, I think my impressions are, so first of all, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I think overall my impressions, this is of course more powerful than the Pebble Pros are. These are 30 watts, the Pebble Pros are 20 watts. The highs on this are just better. Yeah, like honestly, I just like the highs on this one better. The mids is interesting. This one has a more wider separation, I guess, in the mids. Like the sound stage is like wider for the mids, so you can just hear like more of like a wider dispersion of the mids. So that's pretty interesting. And then the bass, honestly, don't the bass is this thing definitely has a lot of bass, but almost it's a little bit too much sometimes. I think it's like the bass is like a little bit bloated. That's the thing. The mid bass is a little bit bloated, and sometimes you can hear it like kind of bleeding into the mids a bit because it's so bloated. But that would be the only thing, is that, yeah, I feel like the bass is a little bit bloated on this, even though it's impressive for the size to have that much bass, but it does feel like a little bit bloated compared to the Pebble Pros. Yeah, but otherwise, the mids are nice. It's got a very wide soundstage for the mids, and the highs are pretty good. So overall, I think the Mitchell Acoustics does sound better than the Pebble Pros for me, but is it worth that much more money? No. Like, the Pebble Pros are the better value. I mean, that's $60 and you get that much performance out of $60 speakers. It's just a better bang for the buck. These are not what, six times better sounding than the Pebble Pros. It's not. For 400 bucks, I think you're paying a premium for the fact that, first of all, you're paying a premium for this being designed in England. It says designed in England and precision manufactured in China, but part of the premium here is that it's designed in England, whereas Creative is an Asian company. So you're paying that Western tax, but also for the fact that it's true wireless, right? So there's no wires connecting these two. That could actually be an important selling point for a lot of people, because you can literally put this anywhere. Like, you can put this, you can have this as wide as you want in your room, right? If you want to have like this in each corner of the room, you can do that. You cannot do that with just normal Bluetooth speakers, like stereo Bluetooth speakers like the Pebble Pros, because there's always a wire connecting the two speakers. For this one, there's no wire connecting the speakers. So you can literally put this on one end of the room, you can put this one on the other end of the room. They're still pretty compact and small, so they'll fit pretty much anywhere. So I think that's what the premium that you're paying is. So that $400 that you're paying is not because it's that much better sounding than the Pebble Pros. I admit it is better sounding than the Pebble Pros, but not that much better. So I think that you're paying a premium for the fact that it's from a British company, and also the fact that it's true wireless. You don't have any wires between them, but you're paying a premium for that technology. So anyways, I want to know what you guys think. I do think that the Pebble Pros are definitely the better bang for the buck. If you just really need a nice pair of speakers for your laptop or for your desktop, then the Pebble Pros are really good, especially for that price. But the Mitchell Acoustics uStream Go are really interesting. They do sound pretty good, and except for that bloated bass, but yeah, they do sound pretty good in general. For a pair of speakers this size, it's actually pretty impressive what they're able to get out of something this size. And also the fact that you're paying like a premium for that this true wireless technology. So that itself is pretty interesting though, because there's not many stereo Bluetooth speakers on the market that will allow you to like be like this, right? To just have no wires in between. So anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. What do you think of the sound quality between the two? And would you pay a premium for the Mitchell Acoustics uStream Go just because of the true wireless aspect of being able to place it anywhere in your room without having to, look at the wires between them? I think that could be a major selling point for some people, right? So anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And as always, thanks for watching. And oh yeah, if you guys wanted to hear Paul Mitchell's voice again, I'll just turn it off for you guys.
Power off.
There you go.